And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for the season finale of DC's HBO Max's The Penguin, starring Colin Farrell. And oh my god, this show was incredible. From start to finish, this show ended in a bang. Spoilers ahead if you have not caught up to The Penguin. I'm talking heavy-duty spoilers, and also I'm going to be talking about what can the future hold for not only for maybe a possible season 2, but also The Batman Part 2. So, if you haven't caught up yet, let's recap. So, the war is on. The war has begun. Sophia Falcone took Oz's mom, and she wanted to kill Oz. She had Salvatore Veroni in her corner. He goes to try to fight Oz. He's dead. Oz tries to fight Sophia himself, ends up kind of losing the first round. She ends up blowing like half of Gotham, through the tunnels of his little workshop that he had that he was dealing all the drugs. He promised that town that the city, that part of the city, he was going to get the power back on. He did. And we got to see some flashbacks from his childhood. He was responsible for killing his brothers because he wanted to be all alone to his mother. He wanted his mother all to himself. And now we're up to the climax. Now we're at the end. We finally get to see Victor return in this episode. Victor was ordered by Oz to, hey, go get a freaking army. We're going to need an army to take out Sophia because she is very dangerous. And my God, Sophia Falcone was amazing in this episode. First of all, she looked really great, being in all black heels and all that. She was beautiful, but very psychopathically crazy. She was nuts. We get to see in the beginning of this episode moments of Oz's mom telling the story of how she knew from day one, or maybe a week later, that Oz killed her other children, his brothers. She knew the entire time. But she did not say anything for either one other reason. I'm not exactly 100% sure. But she kept it to herself. She wanted to get rid of Oz. She wasn't sure what to do. So at the end of last week's episode, when little Oz was trying to hey, Mom, let's go to the club. Or, go out. She took him to a club so they can, hang out and he can be with his mom. She was going to get him whacked. Literally get him killed. And Oz made all these promises. Mom, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure you have everything you want. Jewelry, fine clothes. You're going to live in a penthouse. I promise you, Mom. All those promises he gave, he gave to her mom. If he was ever going to keep it, we have to see here. So we flash forward back to normal. Oz and Sophia added. She's at the point where she's ready to move on. She wants to get rid of Oz one more time. Get rid of him, see him dead for her with her own eyes, and then ditch Gotham. Leave Gotham. So she talks to the other family members out there. Hey, you guys can give me Oz. Gotham is yours. I'm out of town. You're never going to see me again. They take up on her offer. Also, we thought. Certain people who used to work with the Falcones went to Oz, and then we got to see a moment where Victor brought those people back to try to help Oz. They all ditched because they're like, nah, he lost control. He ain't going to do anything. He's dead as doornails. And then they come back to help Oz defeat Sophia. And I'll get to that in a minute. And just seeing all that come to conclusion was just brilliant. There were some moments where we got to see Oz talk to one of the top politicians in Gotham, and he was like, hey, word upstairs from City Court that they want to take out everybody, corrupted politicians, corrupted cops. They ready to shake down all these people. Your name's on the list, so if you want to help us, you got to help yourself. You want to help yourself, help us out. He literally rats on Sophia about everything, blaming her for everything that's happened, including even murders that he probably committed. Blamed it on her because everybody kind of, bagged her as the hangman lady anyway. So he's like, what's one more, frame-up job is going to hurt Sophia? He literally blamed her for everything. The explosion in the, in the city where, Vic lives, and all that, the murders of her family members, the abandonment of her niece, all that. She got blamed. And then we get to the moment where Oz and Sophia are gonna do battle one more time. Oz has been captured, and Sophia is ready to put a bullet in his head and say goodbye. Also, she thought, finding out it was a trap. She gets captured herself, and then Oz and her go to the docks, basically looking over the bridge. Now, I thought they were gonna pull a Gotham, if you ever seen the TV show Gotham, moment from us where Commissioner Gordon had to put a bullet in Oswald's head to prove that he's down what's going on in Gotham, and he lets him go. I thought he was gonna pretend to shoot her and throw her in the river, and she was gonna swim away, disappear. Nope. What he does? He becomes a stool pigeon, and he literally rats on Sophia. Sophia gets locked up again. That poor girl. She gets locked up. This is why you people make her crazy. You keep locking her up for things that she didn't even commit, even though she did commit some crimes her own. Admit that, but come on. You're just going to make her more crazy now. So she gets caught. She gets locked up in Arkham once again. And Oz pretty much wins. He takes out everybody else who was helping out Sophia to try to capture him, wipes them all out, and then we get to see a moment between him and his mother where before all this happens with Sophia captured his mother, and we all knew that she knew that Oz killed, her other kids, but he wouldn't admit it to her. Sophia kept pushing Oz, tell your mother the truth, what you did, and his mother wanted to hear from his own ears, from his own lips to her. Mom, I killed my brother because I wanted to be with you. She wanted to hear it. Nothing. He did not crack. And then, of course, Mrs. Cobb stabs Oz. And it's like, you're dead to me and all that stuff. And then she ends up in the hospital. She ends up as a vegetarian state, being basically, no emotions at all. Except, she popped. She literally popped. She's like a soda bottle. When you shake it and you find it release and all the fizz comes out, she was basically that. She was holding that in her entire life to the point where Oz was an adult to tell him, hey, I knew you killed my babies, my boys. You killed them. You should have just told me. And he was asking, oh, be proud of me, Mom. Are you proud of me? I love you and all that. He was trying to be, sentimental for her, but nothing. He broke her. He literally broke his mother. And he didn't want to admit to his mom that he, killed his brothers because he just wanted his mom alone. And the end of the episode, the season was basically Oz still kept his promise to his mother about, oh, I'm going to get you a penthouse. You're going to live like a queen. And even though she's in a vegetarian state, she's living in a penthouse looking over Gotham. And he got to see her one more time, beautiful, young, in his mind, dancing with her at the end, and then seeing the panning out to the penthouse, overviewing everything. At the end of the episode, we get to see the freaking bat signal, basically warning Gotham, hey, Batman's still here. Oz is gonna have another new enemy coming up, and that's gonna be the Batman. Man, I'm telling you, what a great show this was from start to finish. Every single one of these people were great. Colin Farrell, first of all, he's a very underrated actor. He's very, very good as an actor. I really like him a lot. I like him in anything he pops up in. He was so fantastic in the Batman, and he made this character even better. This is my favorite iteration of Penguin in any interpretation of any Batman, thing that's out there, media. He's the best one so far, and I don't see anybody ever topping him, but whatever. He's fantastic. And the actress who plays Sophia, she was just brilliant, beautiful, sexy, powerful, crazy. She had everything going for her. She was an amazing villain. I cannot wait to see if we get more from her. We even get to see a moment with her in Arkham. She gets a letter, and she finds out she has a half-sister, which is Selina Kyle, played by Zoe Kravitz, which we know that Selina Kyle was adopted by Carmine Falcone, that's a stepdaughter, so Sophia and her are sisters, half. But what does that mean for the future of the show? Maybe Selena goes to visit her in prison in the next one. Who knows? Maybe after the Batman 2, we'll see Selena full-on Catwoman. But we have to wait and see there. Oz is now King of Gotham now. What does that actually mean? Well, as all of Batman's rogues gallery, he's the only villain that when Batman beats him, he doesn't lock him up in Arkham. He should, maybe this version. He should, since he is kind of crazy. A Penguin usually never goes to Arkham. He usually ends up just going to Blackgate. Would he end up in Blackgate if he ever gets to fight Batman in another season or in the Batman 2? Who knows? But what can this mean for the next movie? Well, I think in the next Batman movie, Oz is going to be fully establishing his empire, and that's pretty awesome. I can't wait to see. There was even some moments in this episode where we got to see glimpses of maybe Oz entering politician, because in the comics, he has become the mayor of Gotham one time. There's also in the Gotham TV show as well. He did become mayor at one point. So maybe they're going to do that storyline too. I know. Marvel does it too with Daredevil, but very, very different, but very cool. So there's that possibility for the next movie. Maybe to set up the second season where, in the next movie of Batman, we find out Oz has already established his empire, but he's, doing his underground villainy stuff, very low key. But he's also trying to become mayor of Gotham. So anything's possible. That could be a storyline for the next movie. Who knows? Maybe he has to deal with the Court of Owls. Remember, the Court of Owls are the really ones who run Gotham. So since he's the kind of the king of Gotham right now, maybe these guys will try to take him out. Who knows? A lot of possibilities what they could do with Oz in the next movie. If Colin Farrell is going to be confirmed to be in the second movie. I'm not sure. Don't know yet. We don't know yet. Maybe he is. Maybe Sophia breaks out and they're gonna fight again. I don't know. But yeah, I really appreciate what DC and HBO Max was able to do with this character to bring it to life in a way that we have never seen before. We've seen the Penguin in other iterations. 66 Batman, obviously Danny DeVito's iconic version, obviously what they did with him in Gotham, which I still love that version too. But this version of Oz was just incredible. I mean, combining him, making him kind of like, the Sopranos, kind of making Gotham like stuff. The whole mob scene, the Sopranos vibe, mobster vibes, all that great stuff, and putting it into the world of Batman. And making Gotham itself a character. That's what I loved about the first Batman movie, the Batman movie, because it really focused on making Gotham a character. We've seen Gotham in other iterations, Nolan's, Tim Burton's, and it's gothic stuff, sure, but we never really understood what Gotham really is to that world. It's just like so corrupted, so many dark moments in there that, you really don't usually see, but it was just fantastic. And I loved every moment of it. Everybody in this show was great. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Victor's dead. Yeah. Victor died. He was killed by Oz himself. Oz thanked him for everything. Hey, man, cheers to you. I love you, my family. Victor said the same thing. Hugged him, and then he just strangled him and killed him. Because Oz is supposed to be alone. He needs to do this alone. He now knows that he does not need anybody to be on top. He can't have anybody holding him down. Because what happens if Victor gets killed? It makes Oz slip, and then he makes mistakes. And then he gets either captured by Batman or gets killed by a rival or mobster or whoever. That will make him sloppy, so he felt like he had to do that. Although it was messed up seeing him rob Victor after he killed him. So that was kind of messed up, but still. Overall, I think the show was fantastic. I think there was really no flaws about the show, other than the fact that I kind of wish we got more, because I didn't want this show to end. I didn't want just 8 episodes. And that's what I love about this weekly thing. It kept us fans, intrigued in the show, and we wanted more. Marvel, Star Wars, take notes on that, please. You guys can do just like that. Hopefully they make Daredevil as freaking grounded as this show was, and just, oh, it was amazing. My favorite part about this show, and it might be unfair because you might think differently, and that's fine. No Batman. No Batman. Not even a mention of him until the end. Just a bat signal. Just one time at the end, and that's it. Because this show did not need Batman. We already established Batman's already in this world. We needed to make Gotham City the character. We needed to make the characters in Gotham feel real and become threats eventually, so that way Batman couldn't take them out when time is right. Now that Oz is established as a threat to being the big boss of Gotham, because, you know, the other villains are eventually going to come out into play. Joker, Scarecrow, Harley Quinn. They're all Black Mask. They're all eventually going to come out. Maybe Hush. Who knows? They're all going to eventually come out and play. And Batman's going to be there to stop them. But Oz is the king of Gotham right now. So he's the top prize to take out. Whoever says going to come after him first, we'll have to wait and see. But I did a fantastic job not giving us Batman, because I felt like if they put Batman in the show, okay, maybe 1 episode, awesome. All right, 2 episodes, okay, fine. You put him in 3, 4, 5, it starts to like diminish who Oz is supposed to be and where Oz is supposed to go. Because if every episode was Batman, Oz, it wouldn't work. Oz needed to be the quote-unquote villain hero, so that way he fights a bigger villain in Sophia, and establish that he is the ultimate villain, and we needed that. It wouldn't have worked if all 3 of them were fighting each other. Oz, Sophia, and of course Batman. We did not need that. I'm so glad they didn't do that. So kudos on that. So I'm just more excited for the Batman part 2. Now I'm really more excited. I want to know what's going to happen. What's going to happen with Oz now that he's pretty much king of Gotham? Sophia's locked up. What is she going to do now that she knows about Selina Kyle? Is Selina Kyle going to help her out in the next movie? Is she even going to be a part of the next movie? Is there going to be a season 2? A lot of questions. We have to wait and see what happens. But I am just so excited to see DC just have a win. DC got a win, guys. Let's clap it up. Yes, I know the Joker 2 failed. Fine, whatever. But guys, it's like if your favorite sports team wins a championship and you're like, finally, we got one. It's like we feel, us DC fans are finally like, yes, we got one. Victory is ours. We now feel like what Marvel does on most of the times. We have a win. Let's keep this going. 2025 could be DC's year. But who knows? I'm getting ahead of myself. But still, I just think they did a phenomenal job with this. Now, I mean, who knows? Maybe the Batman Part 2 ends up being complete garbage. We don't know. We got to wait and see. Matt Reeves did a really good job establishing the Gotham City world and Batman. And now Oz and the Penguin. Big anchor to fill now. Setting up that second Batman movie. And maybe a second part of the Penguin. Who knows? And apparently they want to do a Joker TV show. Can you imagine a Joker TV show of just him psychopathically killing people? Ooh, chills. It could be amazing. You never know if it does happen. But anyway, we got to win. Us DC fans are probably all happy right now. DC got to win. I'm excited now to see what happens next. So my question to you guys is, are you guys excited? How do you guys feel about this ending? I loved it. I thought the ending was beautiful. Yes. Did they have to kill Victor? No, they didn't have to, but it was necessary. Yes, it was very necessary. Remember, Oz needed to be his own villain, if you will. He needed it. He needed to be alone. He needed to be a loner. He has no one holding him back now, because if his mom gets kidnapped or, killed or whatever, he doesn't care. I don't think he cares. His mom is in a vegetation state anyway, so, he already made that promise. Yeah, I gave you everything. You got it. So if you drop dead tomorrow, I'm good. So as long as he's still in power, that's all he cares about. So now we just got to wait and see what happens. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about this. And what do you think the future holds for the Penguin? Will he come back? Will we get a second season? Will he be in the Batman 2? What do you think Sophia's future is for the next one? I kind of knew she wasn't going to die. I'm kind of glad she didn't die because honestly, the actress who plays her, she's just freaking brilliant in this role. And yeah, she's amazing and I love her. She's perfect. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much and have a good night.